Hey there, I am back with another deck review, and today we're going to be looking at Infinite Rule from designer Andy Sundblad. This deck was launched on Kickstarter with a successful campaign back in 2020, and it's really sort of a take on a high-end version of a standard deck of cards. Really has some elements in it that elevate it up to the next level, but it's still a really familiar and playable deck. So let's jump right into it, see how Andy did. All right, starting with the tuck case, it's done on a matte red stock, kind of a burgundy color, and it's covered with a mixture of black and then gold foil and embossing throughout. Really kind of has that luxury feel overall to the tuck. This black background on the front of the tuck case, which is really printed on the back, you can see with the thumb cut out here. But you got the name of the deck, Infinite Rule. Obviously kind of calls these out as ultra premium quality playing cards printed by the USPCC. And then the big design element in the center is this really ornate spade pip. Has this sort of maze design in it, or maybe a spiral of concentric lines, all done in gold foiling and embossing. Really gives a nice appealing look to that spade pip in the middle. Has some fairly simple borders around the edge, all done in vibrant gold metallic foiling there to kind of complete the front design here. On the sides, you got the name of the deck, Infinite Rule, on one side, and on the other. Bottom just has some ad copy for Andy's company, Oaktown Supply, down there, and a barcode. And then the top has IR kind of intertwined there for the name of the deck, Infinite Rule. On the back or the front, depending on how you want to look at it, there's sort of an illustrative representation of the back design of the cards done in black, red, and gold. I'll give you a little bit of a hint of what we're going to see with the back design. As you open it up, the name of the deck one more time on the inner flap, and then just some small printing here. You've got MMXIX, so 2019 on one side. I'm assuming the deck itself was designed in 2019, even though it was actually launched in 2020. And same thing on the other flap. And then nothing printed on the interior. So nice tuck case, beautiful embossing, like the feel to it overall. So not bad there. All right, let's take a look at the back design. And here it is. It's done in this light gold metallic inks, completely done in gold metallic inks. And it features a one-way back design. A little bit disappointed by that, but you can see the 4 pips represented here: spades, clubs, diamonds, hearts. All done in white, these sort of twisting elements for the pips, and then against that gold background with spirals and flourishes forming the design all the way through, and then finish out with the series of borders, including that thick rope style border around the edge. I think personally it's a little bit flat. I know he was going for kind of an elevated feel using the metallic inks, but I think more color contrast or something would have gone a long way. I mean, even just comparing to the back of the tuck here, this is a much more interesting color scheme than just using the gold metallic ink. So wish they would have gone with a little bit more contrast in this one. I think it's a somewhat disappointing back design. Combine that with the one-way, which I don't prefer. I prefer if they're two-way designs. I think more could have been done with the back design, but is what it is. And you do get that nice shine of the gold metallic inks. Turning to the extra cards you get a pair of jokers with designs obviously inspired by your classic jester. Heavy use of the gold metallic inks once again. Love the shine of those and just how liberally they're used throughout this deck. One joker is just the face of the jester there with joker in the corners. And then the other one has kind of a zoomed out view with the joker juggling while balancing on a ball. So fun looking jokers overall. You get a couple of ad cards as well for pictureswords.com, designer and illustrator, and then Oaktown Supply, who produced the deck. Aces are, all 4 of the aces are kind of equal, so there's no one power ace, and they all feature huge pips in the center, done in a mixture of black and gold metallic inks again, and feature that same sort of maze looking design that we saw on the front of the tuck case. I like these. I like the actual, even just the little accents of gold flourish around the edge. I think they have a really nice look to them overall. Nice, easily readable pip and index in the corner, but I like the font they chose on the index. Nice, simple, clean, easy to read, but gives it just that little bit of extra flair. As you go through the diamonds, clubs, and hearts, you'll see that all 4 of them feature these nice, big, ornate ace pips. Now, going through the number cards, these are a lot plainer pips overall, just these sort of shadow outlines of pips. So the spades are all done in black, feature a slightly custom layout to the pips, and the designs, he says, are sort of inspired by the infinity symbol. Not sure I see it as much on the spade pip, but you can see it a little bit in the crossing of the lines, kind of like the center of the infinity symbol. Then as you go to the reds, you'll see they go to red. This one, you can see a little bit more of the inspiration of the infinity there. But pretty standard. Again, I wish maybe a little bit more color had been brought in, maybe some more of that gold metallic ink, but they're not bad. I like them for what they are. I just think with the rest of the gold in the deck, it might have been nice to work in a little bit on these. So there's into your club pips and down to your hearts. Not bad on the number cards, even if they are a little bit monochromatic feeling. But the real highlight of this deck and where it really shines is in the quartz, and here they are. The quartz are all completely redrawn and done in really brilliant use of that gold metallic ink. Lots of shine to these, whether it's the hair or the accents in the clothing. So here on the spades, you'll see they're a mixture of the blue and gold color scheme. They're all definitely easily recognizable as royalty and as quartz, but completely redrawn characters. The queens are all given a much more youthful appearance, and they're all carrying unique weapons that I love. I really like the depiction of some of the weapons on these. Like here you've got, I think that's a halberd there with the spike on the top of it, or the scythe that the queen is carrying. I just love that all of them are carrying these really unique weapons in their hands. So there's your spades. And then as you go into the diamonds, the red cards feature a lot more red mixed in with the gold. Still a really striking color scheme. I mean, look at the detail on that jack, including that menacing axe in his hand, that two-headed axe. Just love the look of these. Really well done. I get a little bit of a Vanda feel to these. If you've seen like Planets or something like that, has a little bit of a similar feel to these overall in the quartz. But I personally think these are a lot more ornate and a lot nicer. And then there's into your clubs, really unique curved or curved sword there that the Queen of Clubs has. And then into the hearts. That is probably my favorite of the weapons, the one the Queen of Hearts has there, that twisting sword there. Not sure it's the most practical looking sword, but it is the coolest looking one of them. So really beautiful quartz overall. And that is the deck. And as far as handling, they're done by USPCC on just sort of a standard stock here. They handle really nicely. They fan beautifully. They cut nicely. No complaints at all on the handling. USPCC decks are always really smooth right out of the box. So do like how these handle. Overall, what do I think of the deck? It's nice. I like the tuck case. I think the tuck case has that luxurious feel, really delivers on it. I think the court cards are outstanding. Some of my favorite redrawn standards, I guess I'd call them. But some of my favorite quartz that I've seen in a while. Really well done quartz. I think the back design here, a little bit of a letdown. I think more could have been done there. And I think the pips maybe could have brought in a little bit more color. So a little bit of a mixed bag on this one. But overall, I think a nice deck. If you can get this at a good price, still worth a pickup, just for no other reason than to appreciate the art on the quartz. As far as uses of the deck, I think it would make a great gameplay deck. Above all other things, I think it really is kind of where it's at. Give you a little bit of an elevated feel to your regular poker game, and just a smile to your face every time you draw a court card. So that's it. That is the look at Infinite Rule. Hope you enjoyed. I'll put a link down in the description where you can pick one of these up if you're interested. But in the meantime, make sure to subscribe for more deck reviews and unboxings. Let me know what else you want to see, and I'll see you for the next one.